Well, good morning. It's Monday the 1st of June and it is the start of the second part of the summer term. And it's been very strange so far because we've not really been in school. We've been doing lots of home learning, but we've not been able to get into school, most of us. And sadly, things are not going to change just yet. As your parents will know, because I've been sending out letters and messages, at the moment school is staying closed because the local authority have advised us to do that, but we are getting things in place so that we can open the school as soon as possible for other year groups. When that will be, I just don't know at this time. So there is still plenty of home learning being put onto the school website, so do check it out, do get involved and do as much as you can. Now this week I really want to concentrate on our reading. Reading is the most important thing you can learn to do, and we need to keep practicing it every single day. No matter what job you get in the future, you will need to be able to read, even if it's the instructions or the details or the ingredients or a manual or just knowing what you need to do in order to do your job properly and to do it safely. So please do keep reading this week. Make sure that you're doing as much as possible. And it could be any sort of reading. It could be Tintin. It could be a comic book that you want to read. This is still reading. So if you've got comics at home, why not pick them up and read them and then read them again? Keep reading them and read them out loud, because then you can put the voices to them as well. It could be something like Shakespeare. We might want to do some Shakespeare work and find all about Twelfth Night or Macbeth or Hamlet. And this is a nice easy version of the play. But you might want to find out a bit more about Shakespeare and what it was like in those Elizabethan times. It might be somebody that my daughter loved when she was in year 6 and year 7, Eva Ibbotson. She really got into Eva Ibbotson and all of her stories. Secrets of Platform 13 seemed to be one of the favourites. So you might try something like that. Or you might prefer a factual book. Could be on a religion. It could be on, learning how to play the piano or the keyboard. Or you might want to know a bit of science and know all about the body. It is all still reading and it is all learning as you go on, even from the pictures. Another one you might want to do is learn about the Romans. It's a really exciting time when the Romans came over here, and about the Roman Empire and how it started, all those myths and legends to do with the start of the Roman Empire. There is so much you could be finding out. Or you might be interested in dragons. And if you've seen the film How to Train Your Dragon, then you might want to look at Cressida Cowell's rest of the series. So do have a look, see what you can find to read. But I thought I would read you one of my other favourite stories, Where the Wild Things Are. And at the end of this assembly, I'm going to set you a challenge again for this week and see if we can get as many people as possible to join in with it. So do listen to the story and then listen to what the challenge is. Here we go. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room a forest grew and grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day and in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws, till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelt good things to eat, so he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go, we'll eat you up, we love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye, and sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. Okay, so the challenge I want to give you is find something that you really like reading. Find anything you like reading. And then I want you to do either a quick video and get your parents to send it in to me of telling me what it is that you like reading and why you really like it. If you can't do a video, do it as a short email, do it as a piece of work, write it and then get your parents to photograph it and send that in. But I'd love to have as many reviews of different types of reading so that we can share them and people can see the vast variety of different reading that we have in this school. So video yourself or write it and then send it straight to my email address. And then on Friday, for start of the week, we will celebrate everything to do with reading. So get started, think about what you want to read and send them in as soon as possible. Have a brilliant week and enjoy your reading. See you later.